Hi everyone, welcome back to the Barbell Baddies podcast. I am your host, NPC wellness competitor Marisa Beltran. On this podcast, we'll be talking about fitness, bodybuilding, mindset, self-belief, and all things in between. If you're a person who is interested in going to the gym, wanting to learn more about bodybuilding, wanting to create better habits to achieve your goals through self-belief and mindset, then you're in the right place. Oh my gosh, I almost wanted to cough. I had something stuck in my throat. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone's week been? For myself, I'm doing really good. I had a much better week compared to last week. I had a great hamstring and glute workout with my coach. I have a little bit of a headache, but I think it's because I'm not drinking enough water and all I've been drinking is caffeine. But we're taking care of that. But other than the workout, I know that means I'll be sore until Thursday. And when we do quads together on Thursday, I'll be sore again until Monday. But other than that, I am so excited for today's episode. Before we begin, happy freaking Valentine's Day. I wanted to make a Valentine's Day theme episode, and what a perfect way to introduce someone very special in my life, who is our very first guest, the editor of this podcast, my partner, my boyfriend, Danny.
What's up?
Hey.
That was beautiful. Thank you for that intro.
Oh, you're very welcome. So, Danny, how are you doing today? Do you want to introduce yourself to the listeners?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I feel like I'm breathing hard. Not from working out. I think I just need to stop the vape.
Yeah.
Now that these headphones are on, I feel like I can hear myself and I sound nasally and disgusting. But anyway, I'm doing great. Yeah, living. How are you?
I'm doing good. It reminds me of like those Mucinex episodes.
Those little boogers?
Yeah, you can be like they can sponsor you.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'll be that little baby. Little booger baby.
Ew. Well, okay, anyway.
Booger baby. That's kind of hard to say.
Ew.
Booger baby.
So today we will be diving in to our relationship and speak about what it's like dating a bodybuilder.
Oh God, I'm gonna sleep on the couch. Huh?
So
Why would you do anyway? It's the dogs are in the bed with you, so I don't have room. And you know Michael Scott in the Office when he sleeps in that little recliner, and not even a recliner, it's like a little stool.
It's literally like a foot thing.
Yeah, that's how I sleep.
That's you.
I don't sleep on the couch. So.
But well, shout out and thank you to everyone who submitted questions. You all submitted some great questions, and to preface, I personally like to stay organized with my podcast notes, so I like to have my notes in front of me ready to go. Danny here did not want to look at the questions ahead of time, so he did not want to prepare any responses, which is the complete opposite of me. So we'll be getting like some live or like in real lifetime responses from him.
Yeah, I like to live my life like 1/4 mile at a time, like Vin Diesel.
Oh, okay. You ready?
Yep.
I'm honestly kind of nervous because I don't want you to say anything that's going to piss me off, but no, I'm just kidding. It'll be fine. All right.
When don't I? I mean, so I'm fully aware this is going to piss you off. Probably,
no, it's not. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so for the first question, what were your first thoughts / feelings when Marisa said she wanted to start bodybuilding?
I knew that if you wanted to do it, you would do it, but I feel like you sometimes need that push. So when you told me you wanted to do bodybuilding, you said it a few times that I really didn't want to hear it after a while, because I'm like, okay, you're going to do it or you're not. So I knew you wanted to do it, so I'm like, text your coach, right? Text this lady right now and do it right now, and I have to see it. Because I just wanted to see that, you know what I mean? Because I knew you wanted to do it. Yeah, sometimes we all need that little push sometimes. So to answer the question, when Marisa said she wanted to bodybuild, not only I was supportive, I was forceful.
Yeah.
So I knew you wanted to do it. But, you know, sometimes things are scary. Sometimes you just need to lean on support. So, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of mentioned that in the first episode on the Underdogs Can Win, how like you held me accountable and we're like, all right, if you're going to do it, then do it.
Well,
like,
honestly, it was more selfish on my part because I just tired of hearing about it. I was like, do it then. You know what I mean? That's one of my biggest pet peeves is when people want to do something and they know they want to do it, but they don't do it.
Yeah.
So
you're like, all right, stop with this. Just do it then. Yeah.
Yeah. So because you knew what you wanted to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's cool, you know. It's always it wasn't in a mean way, of course.
No.
I was just like, okay, well, let me see it.
Yeah. True.
Same with this podcast.
Yeah, true.
I'm like, you're like, I want to start a podcast, and I'm like, let's go get the equipment right now.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
After we I spent so much money on like bikini.
Oh my God.
The hotel, and you're just like, well, let's just do it. And that's true. I was like, all right, let's go. We didn't even get to the house. We literally from the show went to Guitar Center, got the equipment, and then we went home after like a long weekend of straight bodybuilding stuff. That's crazy.
Well, look at us now.
I know, right?
Crazy. 6 weeks later.
Yeah. Well, this will be episode 7. Yeah, this is episode 7.
I mean, darn.
No, it's okay. You can cuss.
Oh, cool.
Well, if my parents hear this, because they already told me, they're like, why do you have to cuss so much? So if anything, you'll just hear it from them.
I feel like you cuss more than me anyway.
I think I do.
Yeah, probably.
I have a sailor's mouth, even though I've never been a sailor.
It's not too late. That can be your next thing.
Oh, I don't know. All right. Anyways.
Got
okay.
the booty.
So question 2. Is there a strict diet you have to follow? If so, does that make going out to dinner difficult? Do you want to go first? Because I feel like it also is like a question for me.
For all the people out there who want to date a bodybuilder, I would say I would probably... What am I trying to say? I mean, it makes things kind of difficult, you know, as far as going on dates. Like, let's say you meet someone and you want to pursue, maybe just date them, you know. You have to consider they have to weigh their food. They can't go out to eat. They probably can't drink. And in our society, drinking and going out to eat go hand in hand sometimes. Not that it's necessary, but what I'm trying to say is it gets difficult, I guess, if you're starting dating someone and they have to be so strict. What was the question?
Is there a strict diet you have to follow? If so, does that make going out to dinner difficult?
Oh yeah, I mean, you eat like a Rottweiler.
What do you mean?
You have like ground turkey and rice and green beans. You can feed that to a Malinois?
I don't know.
It's like a military dog.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no. So you eat like a Rottweiler.
Well, and I feel like, you know, this question, we can go about it different ways because, like you said, if you were first starting to date someone and they already are in bodybuilding, I think that does make it a little bit, personally, I think it makes it more difficult because I think for us, or it could be more difficult if you're dating someone and then years later they begin. Because for us, so I started last year and we started dating in 2019. So when I first started, we were about 4 years together. And so we had to change like our whole, like how we spend time together. And, you know, we live in a small town, so there's not much to do really other than going out to eat and like maybe like bowling or something.
I was just going to say, you know, you definitely have to be more creative, but yeah, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, for us, I think that if we have to rely our time spent just doing one thing, then once that's taken away, you find out where your nuts and bolts are. That's probably a weird analogy, but yeah, no, I mean, if you're doing something for so long and then at the end of the day it gets taken away, like, do you still have feelings for each other? Was it just like I like your company when we eat? Mm-hmm. Now you're on a strict meal plan and I'm really not. So, I mean, it's, if we, you know, we still have love for each other after that one thing that we both enjoy doing is taken away, you just gotta be more creative.
Yeah.
Really.
And I feel like on the question where they said, does that make going out to dinner difficult? I mean, when I'm in prep, there is no going out to dinner at all. So
I know I'm at Applebee's alone.
What the heck? You better not be. No, I'm
No,
just kidding.
No, they have a 3-drink minimum. I'm not going to go there.
I know, that's weird.
Yeah, well,
somebody messed it up. That means someone messed it up for everybody. Well, all right.
motherfuckers.
Question 3. What does your fridge look like if you have a strict diet and he doesn't?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you laugh?
Because I tell you what What am I gonna say? What does our fridge look like? Come on, just yeah.
Okay, so everything is sugar free.
Okay.
So everything is sugar free, and you hate that. So we have that, and then we have it's honestly kind of empty.
Yeah, you literally have your. We literally look like we're like struggling so hard.
In our fridge, they're like,
There's spinach. Literally your meal plan, and then you see my food at the bottom, which is like Domino's, like hard ass pizza.
Yeah, like at the top, it'll be like la la la, healthy stuff, fit in, free, like Greek yogurt. And
yeah, light and fit yogurt. And at the bottom is like stomach problems.
Yeah, it's like pizza, leftovers from old Chicago.
Oh God,
wings.
That sounds good.
I know. Oh, maybe I can have a cheat meal today.
What's today? Monday.
Well, Monday, but since I'm sending calendar submissions for Hooters next Wednesday, I kind of have to like change my what's it called? And then I have check-ins every Friday, so maybe we could do that after.
Well, I was thinking while you were talking, I was listening.
Mm-hmm.
But
I bet.
But at the same time, I looked at your headphones with the little ears on them
mm-hmm.
that you have on, and I thought of Wingstop, and they disappointed me last time.
Why did you think of Wingstop if you're looking at my cat ears?
I thought about wings floating above your.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, little wings.
Did you notice that the light is on? So my cat ears light up, and when I'm recording, I turn them on. So that shows like we're live, and then when we're done, I turn them off.
Oh my God. If we ever got robbed, they're going to be like, is this a woman's house?
They're like,
everything is pink, and they probably think you live alone.
Pink and girly, anime. They're like, I think a child lives here alone.
A woman child.
A woman child lives here alone.
A grown woman child.
Okay, but back to the question.
And she has no food in the fridge.
Barely any food.
Is a Rottweiler that lives here?
A Rottweiler child, like
woman child.
Woman child.
Rottweiler woman child.
But so our fridge, basically looks pretty empty. It's just meal prep and sugar-free stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Does that bother you?
Yeah, it does.
Why?
Because the days that I'm like, I'm off work, I have the next day off, I just kind of want to, relax, and I'm like, let me pick out in the fridge, let me see what's up. Instead, I'm like always in survival mode. Because I'm like, damn, there's no food that I want to eat.
There's only healthy food.
Well, and I'm really picky too.
You are so picky.
I don't like any sweets. The sugar, zero sugar doesn't bother me, except with sodas.
I was going to say, you don't like the ketchup.
Well, that tastes like freaking...
It tastes the same.
It tastes like motor oil.
You've tasted motor oil? I don't doubt it.
We'll be right back. No, I'm just kidding. It's an accident. No, but
really?
I'm just saying...
Have you really?
I've tasted a few things in my life. Okay, well, not motor oil, because obviously you would be talking to me through a Ouija board. I'd be dead.
You'd be dead.
What do you mean? Have I tried motor oil? I'd be dead.
What if you had a little taster of you just dipped your tongue into it or something?
A little sip.
When you're like a little
that
kid.
SpongeBob episode where he dips his tongue in Gary's food and his tongue turns all rotten?
Oh, yeah, rotten. Gary, come home.
You don't remember it, do you?
No, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's hating it because he wants Gary to eat the food.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so anyway, so basically it looks empty. It's a bunch of sugar-free stuff. So did you like the way that our fridge was then before I started bodybuilding?
It was really just the same but double. More takeout.
Yeah, it's just more takeout and random stuff that we would cook that I ate and you never ate the leftovers.
I'm picky. I don't like eating the same. Well, that's what's hard for a meal plan, Now that I'm on a meal plan, it's obviously I'm not as strict with you or as you are, but
I'm like, oh, what?
No, but I don't. First world problems, you know what I mean?
That's true.
I don't like eating the same stuff. I'll make a crock pot dish for 15 people and only be me eating it, and I'll eat it for 3 days and throw the whole thing away. Yeah. I'm so bad.
I know, that is.
I feel pretty shitty about it.
Yeah, you should.
I need to talk to a therapist about that.
We should donate some of that food
to Hachi. To our dogs?
I don't know. Maybe to just the homeless people in our area.
I donate soup to the homeless.
That's true.
Yeah.
When you get off of work, you give them some soup.
I do. Sweet. I pack it up, and people are like, "Damn, he's always trying to take food from work." And I'm like, "Dude,
trying to feed the people."
I'm trying to feed the people. I had a thought. I've seen one time this person give someone water, a homeless person water, and he threw it at their car. I think about that as far as soup. When I give people soup,
you're like, are they gonna throw this in my face?
Dude, I would fucking fuck that homeless guy up.
No, don't say that.
I'm just kidding. I don't care about car that much.
I mean, it would be really messed up if like you, but I don't, I've never
No,
seen that. I personally have never seen that.
I have a few times, but
like in real life?
Yeah, in real life.
Instagram?
I was literally in the car behind, and this person's like, oh, I need food or water. Or not even that. They were just like, anything helps. And then the person pulls a water bottle out, and he throws it on the ground, and he picks it back up and pours it on the car. But I take that back. I mean, I would never assault anyone, but if a homeless guy did that, I wouldn't care that much. Because I've had like bird shit on my car for the past like probably 4 weeks.
4 years.
Yeah. It's like stained into the paint. And I don't care. So I don't care about soup.
There's like a design and everything. They're like, is this a design on this guy's car?
Honestly, it was crazy because I didn't realize it was bird shit. I thought it was human shit. No, I swear to God, because it was so...
It's white.
No, it wasn't.
Was it like brown?
Yes.
Oh, that's probably during the moth season. Because the birds will eat all the moths. And their poop comes out brown.
No, but it was the size of a baseball.
Yeah, big bird.
Yeah.
They ate good.
The biggest bird.
They ate good. Okay, well, anyways. Okay, next question. I actually really like this one. So they said, first of all, I love that you're doing an episode about bodybuilding and dating. I dated a pro bodybuilder, and it was my most challenging relationship. Now that I am a bodybuilder myself, trying to date is even more challenging. I'd love to hear y'all talk about how
Boring.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'd love to hear how y'all talk about how to still show up in a relationship when you or your partner is in prep. I mean,
well, that's the thing. I mean, you just have to care about this person. Like, that's really it. I mean, do you care about just selfishly, like, your company with them? You know, or do you care about what they're doing? Yeah. The understanding being like, oh, they want to do this, they're passionate about it. Like, I don't know. I mean,
see, now do you wish that you had prepared responses? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't want this. No, I don't. No. But no, that's the thing. I mean, just having patience, and I wouldn't recommend, even then, bodybuilding, from what I've seen, seems like a very selfish sport. Like, you have to put yourself first. You have to put, like, you can't be like, oh, my boyfriend wants to, or partner wants to go out to eat, but I have a show in the next 5 months. I really have to be dedicated. Like, but I want to make this person happy, so I'm going to go out with him or her or whatever. Yeah. You know, like, it's a selfish sport, and nothing's wrong with saying that, but no, not at all. I think that I wouldn't recommend it for someone just dating, like, starting out. I mean, because you have to love that person, you know.
It'd be, well, and I think that it can be done. Like, you can start to date someone that, like, is in prep, but just know, like, it is going to be difficult. And I mean, honestly, your relationship, it's gonna kind of come second.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you know, it takes, like, when I was a younger man, I'm 28 now.
You're still young.
Yeah, but it's about, you know, perspective. Yeah. Maybe some listeners are 20. Yeah. You know, but no, when I was younger, if I would have met you, like, let's say when we met, you know, I was 22.
I think you were 23 and I was 22.
Yeah. At that point, if you just started bodybuilding, who knows if it would have worked? Because at that time, I mean, you're getting to know someone. I mean, I have to accept everything that you're doing, which is cool, but you have to have that sort of compatibility in the beginning to be like, we both like going out to eat. We both like watching movies. Okay, well, the movie's at 9 p.m. Well, guess what? I can't go at 9 p.m. because I'll get out at 11. I have to go to the gym at 6 and 7 in the morning because I have work at 10. You know what I mean?
And I got to do my cardio.
And I can't drink because it messes with my... You know what I mean? So...
That's true. I didn't think about that.
There's a lot of things that I feel like you just got to put yourself first. And nothing's wrong with that. You know what I mean?
So from what I'm hearing is you think that a way you can show up in a relationship with your partner is by, like, being understanding and, like, just showing some compassion that this is a goal that they have. So you're going to be put second. You
should always be put second, no matter what. Even you and I together almost 5 years. Do I expect I'm first in your life? I mean,
no, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. No, I mean, when I was a younger man, like I was saying, the whole point, I better be your number one. Like, that's just foolish.
No.
Like, your family's your number one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like your religion, or like something you believe in.
Yeah, that's number one.
I mean, like family and like community.
Your passions are number one.
Yeah.
I'm just here to, or we, you know, are just here to amplify your life, support your passions. And that's how shit lasts, right? Like we have to, whether or not, I mean, you're way more serious in bodybuilding than I am, but I know that you enjoy it. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, there's certain things that I like to do. And if I told you tomorrow to stop bodybuilding or I'm breaking up with you,
bye.
Exactly. Right. And that's how it should be. Yeah. And that's like with me. If I tell you like, hey, it's either me, get rid of, you know, your dog because she's side-eyeing me.
Dogs.
He's my dog.
Oh, so we have one female and one male. And the female I've had for like 8 years now. And then the male, Hachi, we've had him for almost 3 years. So you would take him?
Yeah, that's the thing. I would say I'd want to because I'd feel sad, but I can't break him away from his
bestie,
his old ass sister.
I know, yeah, they're 5 years apart.
White face. Well,
I feel like a way to show up in the relationship, like even from my perspective as a bodybuilder, is I feel like you have to be very intentional with your time. Yeah. So if I know, all right, I'm going to bed at 4:30. Like maybe instead of like, I guess maybe in a way kind of making sacrifices of like, okay, I know that I'm going to bed at this time and I usually just relax, you know, maybe around 7:00. Maybe instead, let me ask him if he wants to like play Mario Party with me, or maybe we can like go down, I don't know, like to Analog and just like read, or maybe we can go bowling, or maybe we can go watch a movie. So I feel like for me, like you have to be really intentional with your time, and you do have to schedule it out. You do have to schedule it out, and it does take more work, and you do have to get more creative. I think that's what it is. You have to get more creative.
You have to just be like water.
What do you mean?
Like you be flexible, you know what I mean, and adapt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so for all the people out there who are, they see a little hottie in the gym, or all the females seeing a hunk out there, and they're like, ooh, you know what? That's where you met them, in the gym. Don't ever think you're going to be before that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And not even the gym. Like, you know what I mean? You meet someone anywhere, like, you know, in a bookstore. You don't ever think that, don't ever try to disrupt their peace and be like, oh, you're trying to read right now? Which is where let's say you met someone at a Barnes & Noble, and they love to read. A couple months later, you're going to be like, you're reading? Spend time with me. It's like, you know what I mean? It's so that's where you met this person. You know, I think what I'm trying to say is, you know, I mean, just don't forget, just be like water. You know what I mean? Be adaptful, and don't think
your relationship has to adapt.
Yeah, put yourself second is what I'm trying to say. Take a back seat sometimes and let someone be themselves. There's a lot of times where people lose themselves in a relationship, and
yeah, I like that. So basically, it's, from what I'm hearing, we had to adapt. We had to be intentional with our time. Like, there's many times where I usually go to bed way earlier, even if now that I'm
I went to bed at 3:30 last night.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. No way, not me. I like, now that I'm in off season, I usually try to be in bed between like 10:30, no later than 12. And for you go to bed at like 3:30. So it's like, even on the opposite end, it's like, okay, obviously she's going to be going to bed earlier, so let me spend time with her before she goes to bed. And then after, like, I can play video games and watch scary movies that you like to do.
Oh, I was wearing a scary movie shirt earlier.
Yeah, you love that. No, that was a good one though.
I did laundry.
I know, thank you. But all right, next one. I like this question. So they said, does it affect our dating life with each other? You can't go out to eat / no drinking ? I mean,
we kind of answered that already.
We kind of touched on it, but I do want to add that, like we said, we had to get creative. You have to be intentional with your time. And at some point, depending on like everybody's prep, everyone's prep is different. Even like from what I've heard, your own preps, each one is different. So I was able to have a cheat meal, I believe, up until like 8 or 6 weeks out for my show. So we were still able to do that as like our date nights. But I think what I noticed about our relationship is we did love going out to drink together. Like that, we loved doing that. We always had so much fun playing music. You know, my job rule, when I get a little tipsy, I love some job rule, some J-Lo, some 90s R&B. And with those cheat meals, you know, I wasn't able to drink. But I personally don't think it really affected our relationship. Like maybe I feel like maybe a little bit, just because like it is fun drinking together, but we adapted. We were like, oh well, like what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, like you said, adaptation really. But I mean, if someone has to, don't have to be the same. We are complete opposites. You know what I mean?
In so many ways.
So many ways. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, in general, if people have to just drink to have fun,
it's like, are you like, is that a good relationship for in your life? If that's the only thing you guys can do to have fun together is drink.
And no judgment to anyone else. I mean, that's pretty fun, honestly. I mean, but there's got to be other things we can do together. You know what I mean? It's just really just in the beginning, I think it was hard because that's all we knew. You know, we both work full time, and you know, there's times where you've had a few jobs. You know what I mean? At once. Mm-hmm. And
when I was running for city council, ooh,
oh my God,
that was hard.
That was harder than prep.
Was it really?
For me, because you're so.
What you gotta say, you listeners? Let me tell you where his Instagram is. I'll tell you where he works. We can cancel him for
cancel me.
Just kidding.
No, but no, I mean, yeah.
I guess we were talking about like being intentional. Just
be creative. Honestly,
I
mean, there's times where we're like, okay, well, you can't drink.
You're going to bed at 6.
You're going to bed at 6. Okay. Well, I have to shift my schedule around. So it's like you have to be selfish with yourself as far as your goals, but also too, don't be completely selfish where I guess what I'm trying to say is make time for what's important to you. Have an equal balance between your passions and the people you care about.
See, but I feel like when you're in prep, there's no balance. In prep, you're literally like focused. Like I heard this thing where it's like when someone's in prep and you're like really close to the show, that an animalistic instinct comes out, and it's like you're a lion and there's your prey and you're not worried about anything else. So there's no balance. It's all about the show and winning. I'm telling
you, it's not for the weak. That's why I would not recommend.
That is so true.
I would not recommend it. I mean, as far as I'm speaking from a partner standpoint, because I've not done a show.
Yeah, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get him to do it, but
I can't get rid of that. But those breakfast burritos. But no, I mean, I know. No, but I just wouldn't recommend it. Maybe, as a first like meeting someone, they're doing a show. Like, I'm not saying don't go after it. I'm just saying like. Dude,
be prepared.
You have to have a lot of patience. You have to kind of, they're going through a lot. But that's just not even bodybuilding in general. Like, I think you have to have intention behind everything, right? Like, are you just trying to have companionship, or do you see something going? Like, I think it goes back to just being adaptable and of what you want too. Yeah. If we first dated and you were doing prep, I'd be like, like, damn, she can't do shit. She can't eat. She can't drink. All she's doing in the gym, like she goes to bed at 7. It'd make it kind of difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're aligned, and I'm like, oh, I get it. You know what I mean? I go to the gym too, and I understand. It could be either a powerful force, or it could be like, I don't understand what she's doing. It kind of turns me off. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it really depends. I mean, but for us, it worked because, how can I be mad at you when I forced you to text your coach, forced you to do this podcast?
You didn't force me, but you definitely pushed me.
Yeah, not like
pushed
you
me.
Knew what you wanted to do. I think that
you had to push me over the bridge. Is that how you say it?
Not even push. I had to just be like supportive.
Yeah.
I had to be aggressively supportive.
Yeah.
Be like, you're doing this now? I think I told you I'm not going to talk to you until you text your coach, lady.
Yeah,
I didn't talk to you for like 3 hours.
You're such a but that was voluntarily. You didn't talk to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there were some games on, so I had to do that. So.
No, I like that answer though. All right, this next one.
I think the whole thing I'm trying to say.
Okay,
I'm talking circles. Support the people you care about. That's it.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't really, did it work out for me? Like, was I happy? Like, oh. Cool. She can't go out to eat. She can't go drink. She can't do this. She can't do what I want to do.
Or what we used to like to do together.
Yeah, but am I still going to support her with this?
Yeah.
It's just being unselfish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Caring about a person that, I think it's just, it's weird. It's like a balance between being selfish and unselfish. Right?
I like that. Well, next question. Does it bother you that I spend so much time in the gym?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that was the easy answer for you.
Oh, was that quick?
Yeah.
I love it.
Why?
Because I'm more of like I hate to use this analogy, but I'm more of like a cat. And you're more of like well, I hate to say, well, now it sounds bad.
What are you going to say?
You sound like a dog. I'm like a cat, you're like a dog. Not like, the B word, but
Yeah.
no, I'm just saying like, I love my alone time. Like that's how I gain energy, right?
Yeah.
And you're the opposite. You love, well, maybe you do like being alone at certain times, like watching your anime, eating and things like that. Like, but for the most part, you crave affection. And me, I'm like, oh my God, you're not doing extra cardio? Come on, babe. You got to do cardio, right?
You would. You'd be like, you could do about 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Thank you so much. Wow, you're a little selfish.
I know. You think I'm
out.
My man is so supportive. But at home, I'm like, flank left. I'm like playing video games. I'm like,
you're like, all right, guys, we got 10 more minutes. Let me see if I can convince her to do 20 more.
I know. No, that's the thing. I mean, I just love my alone time. So to answer your question, does it bother you much time in the gym? I think in the beginning, it kind of did.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, that's because, as I got older, I mean, when we first got together, I was a way different person. I was insecure. I was like, who you talking to? Who hit on you today? You know them? I was a mess.
Crazy, guys.
Yeah, you once broke up with me a few times.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
But no, as I grew older, I'm just like, live your life, dude. I don't have to just be on your ass all the time. You know what I mean? That's like, who wants that? So I like when you do shit on your own. And sometimes I'm like, oh, you can't carry these 18 bags of groceries by yourself?
Yeah.
Do it alone.
I'm like, no, I don't want to do this alone. Yeah, because we also live somewhere we have to walk up the freaking hill.
Okay, 2 flights. Not bad.
No, this hill and then 2 flights of stairs. Oh, that hill?
That's like nothing.
It's like a little bump?
Yeah, a little camel bump.
Yeah, right. Honestly, I did notice though, like, so right now I'm only in the gym max maybe 2.5 hours. But when I was in prep, I was in the gym like 4 hours. And it wasn't just like, because it'd be, let's say towards the end, it'd be 2 hours of cardio or so. Maybe I'd split it, but in general, 2 hours of cardio. If I'm working out by myself, I'd probably an hour and a half. And then I think what made it longer was posing. Yeah.
So now that you bring that up, that reminds me. So to answer your question, let me go back and redact my entire statement.
Your 30-minute statement?
Yes, it did bother me in the beginning.
Why? Like in the beginning
of your prep. So you were in the gym for a while.
When it came to like when I had to like start practicing posing and
stuff?
Yeah,
because I was kind of like old trauma, just being kind of insecure, being like, oh, she's talking to someone there. She's working out. Who spends 3 hours in the gym?
That is true. You were kind of like, because I would do posing, 30 minutes twice a week with my coach. And then about 45 minutes like with a group with my coach. So I
was in my head, I knew you would never do anything like that. But, you just have
those thoughts.
Those thoughts. And I'm like, she's been in the gym. It's like 4 and she's been in the gym and it's like 7 right now. I'm not kidding. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, it would be.
Yeah.
It really
and so
would be
I'm like
that.
And she hasn't texted me. Like, but then again, as you get older, you realize, dude, like she doesn't have to she's doing shit. You know what I mean?
Like today when I didn't text you for like 2 hours and you're like, fine, bye. You're like, you have.
Well, I was telling you important stuff and I'm like, I know she got her phone on her right now. Like she's just like, and I was running errands for our household. So I'm like, yeah, she can at least text me. Like,
give me a thumbs up.
I'm doing dishes. I'm doing laundry. I'm doing all this shit. I'm like, I know she got her phone on her, but no.
So to answer the question, at first it bothered you
because I was insecure, thinking that maybe you were like meeting someone there. It was just stupid stuff,
And then towards the end, you were like, no.
Well, the next day I'm like, I'm dumb, so I didn't think that way anymore.
Yeah, I like that.
But now I'm just like, dude, spend as much time as you want, because now I'm just like, dude, I'm trying to like play games and stuff. I'm trying to do my thing.
Yeah, no, I like that. I agree. I was in the gym for a long time. But we can go to the next question. Ooh, I love this one. So they asked, do you think someone needs to be secure with themselves dating a bodybuilder, specifically if your significant other is on stage with a small bikini?
For sure. Right. I think that you have to not even have of course have self-confidence, but this is not about you. I mean, yeah, it is, but at the same time, like, understand, like, the intention behind it. You know, this person's not going on stage to get Instagram people hitting her up being like, you want to hang out? Like, it's not that, you know what I mean?
It's a sport.
It's a sport. It's literally a sport. Yeah. And in the beginning, I'm like, you're going to the gym and that's cool. You know what I mean? And honestly, according to my BMI, I'm obese. So, I mean, and you're super fit. But that's because I got love handles. Anyway, but yeah, no, I mean, I think you just have to have a little bit of not caring in there. Like, you care about your relationship, at the same time, be like, dude, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, man. She wants to do this, or ladies, whatever, your partner wants to do something. Let them do it, man. Yeah. Like, who cares if she's in a tiny bikini? Like, at the end of the day, like, not everything is just so, like, sexualized. Like, and that's like, when we first met, you're going to EDM concerts in a G-string made of floss.
Not entirely true.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And I didn't get it. And we'd argue, and you would call me outside the hotel, like, yelling at me, crying because I've ruined your night because I'm just tripping. And then years later, I'm like, I'm at EDC, I'm at a EDM thing, and everyone's in G-strings made of floss. And no one.
It's just about, like, being free and just, like, being yourself, and I feel like owning your own sexuality.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know about that. But no, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I mean, it's not all like.
So you think? What do you think? Do you think they need to be secure with themselves? Because you have to be so secure that you don't care if this person messes up. I mean, this is not the end of the world for you. I mean, of course, like, not saying that, like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, if you what? He's knocking me out. No, I'm saying if we broke up, if I messed up and we broke up, you're gonna be like, I'm so self-confident and self-aware that he messed up, and I'll find something better. Yeah. Right? So yes, to answer your question, yes, you have to be self-confident. At the end of the day, don't stop your partner from doing what they want to do. If you're in a tiny bikini on stage doing a sport, and if I got a problem with it, F off.
Yeah, exactly. Like we talked about, put yourself first, put your dreams first. And if this person doesn't like it, then okay. You got to be confident. You need a confident person, not just with bodybuilding in life.
Well, I really like this question because it kind of reminds me of, like, the Hooters pageants. Like, thinking back of when I was first doing well, that's where we met. We met each other at a Hooters pageant.
We did.
And, I feel like it goes back to where you do have to be secure with yourself, because you, like, and specifically with bodybuilding, like, you do have to recognize, especially with, like, the back pose. Like, I paid for, like, a package where they show and, like, edited a whole video, and they added me on Instagram. So, like, of course my parents saw that. And I remember my dad telling me, like, I don't like how, you do that back pose, like, and, you're just, like, showing everything. But I had to tell him, like, it's not like that. It's not, when I turn around, it's not like, oh, look at my ass. It's about, okay, where is the hamstring separation? Where is the quad or the glute definition? It's like, it's a science to it. Like, every pose, there's a science to it. It's not about, oh, let me see their small. I mean, it is to see the small waist, but not in a sexualized way. It's like, let me see the balance, the symmetry of your body.
Yeah, and if you don't have a confident person, like a partner, to understand that, versus being like, oh, you just want to show off your ass. Yeah. You know what I mean? Then, dude, isn't that... sometimes
you got some soul searching. You got to do some healing.
Yeah, sometimes the hunt is more, appealing than the kill, right? What I mean by that is, you're along this journey of your bodybuilding career and journey. If I'm ruining the entire step of the way with my BS because I'm unconfident and I'm insecure, then once you get to the kill, like, you look back and this
person ruined everything.
Yeah, this whole journey has been kind of shitty. You know what I mean?
Because of one person.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So you just, fuck, man. You got to get a person like me. No, okay. I haven't always been this way. You've been through a lot. Aww. I've been through more, though.
Oh, that is such a lie.
I'm just kidding.
No, but... Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Equipment down. All right.
Knocking stuff over.
I do like this one too. Next question. How did you feel about her physique changing?
Oh God, I'm definitely gonna sleep on the couch now. No, I mean, I've always liked you. Like when we first met, I have always thought your physique was good.
A little thick with 3 C's, and I want to be thick with 1 C now. Just kidding.
But I thought you looked great always.
Oh.
And so when you got super skinny, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I need to sneak some extra ounces in there in that Rottweiler food.
And you did.
I
in the
did.
beginning, you really did. And I'm like, babe, this is not 4 ounces. And you're like,
I'm like, yeah,
4
it is.
ounces?
It's like 12.
And you're like, 4 ounces, this is like nothing. And I remember we had to have that talk of like, no, this is serious. Like it needs to be exactly.
Oh yeah, you almost cried. I think you did probably.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, you probably were so
Ruining my progress. I have to do more cardio because of you.
I know. But to answer the question, it was definitely a shock, you know?
For me too.
Yeah, but I mean, I always still felt attracted towards you. Still do.
Aw,
But
better. No, I'm just kidding.
no, but you know, like you dig with the 3 C's, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like I said, man, it's not for the faint of heart, you know what I mean?
That is so true.
If you only like a person because of their looks, because you like how like thick they are or whatever it is, dude, in 7 months later, they can look like a totally different person.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so man, like I said, it's not for the faint of heart. If you care about someone, it's got to be deeper than just
vanity. Like
yeah,
vanity.
some pounds being lost, right?
Well, and I
Or gained.
really like this question because like my physique is one, it's different than like when we first met, but I'm thinking as in like my physique is different in prep versus like off prep or off season or improvement season. So like I guess to give kind of an example, right now I'm about 123, and when I was at the bodybuilding show that day, I was 112. I had not been 112 probably since I was like in 3rd grade.
Yeah,
like,
3rd grade.
Yeah, like what? And so even for myself and for my family too, like
112. Oh my God, that's
like,
how much my leg weighs.
Like everybody was shocked at work. Oh my gosh, at work. You know, as I mentioned, like I work at Hooters, so of course
These customers like, you got to get some food in you.
Oh yeah, people would be like, "Oh my gosh, you look sick. Are you okay?" and this and that. And even for my family, like I remember my mom. She saw me probably about like 4 weeks out of my show, and I walk in, and she's like, "Marisa," and I'm like, "I already knew. You know."
You got to say it in Spanish. What'd she say?
What did she say? She's like, "Marisa, te miras bien enferma, Marisa. Tienes que comer algo." And I'm like,
what does that mean?
She said, "You look so sick. You need to eat something."
And then cut scene, your grandma's like, yeah, Danny's gaining weight, huh?
They're like, this other guy, though, he doesn't have a problem with eating, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? No more tattoos.
No,
Oh, I like it.
well, and so like, I feel like it is true. You definitely loved me all throughout. And I think like, when did you notice, like when were you shocked? Like how many weeks out, if you remember, when you noticed you were like, oh shit.
Your
like,
parents are going to listen to this?
Maybe.
Then I'll say something else.
Why?
Sometimes more intimate times, I'm like, dang, she's getting skinny. Well, you know, just because I'm like a lot heavier than you, and I'm like, I can fucking throw her to the ceiling right now if I wanted to.
I know, I was really.
You're super skinny. Okay, gotta cut this.
No, we don't.
I'll cut this part. Don't let them listen to this. But anyway, but yeah, no, that's the truest answer. I mean, when I, saw you naked, I was just like, oh, she's super skinny. I was never unattracted to you, but I was like, it just made me.
Of course, you notice. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see me every day. And
Yeah, and especially like I see you more than anyone, right? I see like all of our vulnerabilities. I see things. We're all just, once you're like standing there, like, naked, and you're being intimate with someone, like that's the most truest form of, being, like you're there.
Being with someone.
Yeah, like, of course I could tell, I'm like, wrapped around you, I'm like, yeah, she's getting a lot skinnier, but I wasn't like unattracted to you. I was just like, it just made me like, I'm like, dang, that the human body can change so fast. I'm like, it's crazy, because I remember you had like well, I don't want to bring this up, but a history of body dysmorphia, you know what I mean? And you wanted to lose weight, and you accomplished that, and then I'm just like, and then a few months later, after like a subtle meal changes, like now you're back at like a weight that you're comfortable with, right?
Yeah,
now
healthy.
Your healthy weight, exactly. Like I would consider your prep weight to be healthy.
Well, I feel like...
Well, you looked toned and everything like that, but I don't believe, I mean, again, I'm not a bodybuilder, you know what I mean? So, but looking inward, I didn't say you look unhealthy, but I think that knowing what you eat made me be like, dude, this is not sustainable for a long period of time.
Absolutely
There's
not.
no way.
Well, and that's the thing is like, this is an extreme, like it's a sport, but it's an extreme sport.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy. Like towards the end of prep is when I think it wasn't healthy and I was completely exhausted. I'm sure I need to get blood work done still, but I'm sure like all my levels were off, and it is all your levels are off. Like especially with women, you know, to have like a healthy body, like you should have a period. And I mean, I'm personally on birth control, so I haven't had a period in like 3 years, which is not good. But for people that do have, you know, regular periods, when you're in prep at a certain point, you don't have a period. And it's because your body is like, we are not healthy enough to have a baby.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like, you're right. And it's towards the ends. And that's why you can't do it all the time. I mean, if you do, like, what does your blood work look like? I mean, everybody needs to have a break at some point. So no, I like that. So basically you still loved me no matter what my physique looked like. You were just kind of, did you like feel bad for me or something when it was like, towards the
I
end?
felt bad for you because you're like, I get to have 3 almonds. And I'm like, oh, cool. $7.99 large pizza. Oh, 2 large pizzas. Dude, I've been spending so much money.
That was messed up.
Babe, that's the thing.
No, it wasn't messed up. I take that back.
I cannot change my life.
I know.
Because you have a dream. Yes, I'm still supportive. I didn't rub it in your face. But I'm not going to eat 3 almonds because you eat 3 almonds.
No, I know. You're absolutely right. No.
That's like me being like, hey, I'm training for the Oktoberfest. I'm going to drink 18 beers a day, which I already do. But no, I'm just kidding. So I need you to drink 2. If not, you don't support me. I know that's an extreme version of what I'm saying.
No, but it's true. It's where, and I never got mad if, you know, I'm starving and you would like eat 3 pizzas in front of me.
3 pizzas. Oh yeah. Slices. Okay. That's more realistic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I meant.
You can eat 3 pizzas.
Shoot. Yes, I can. I can eat. I'll eat. I want to be in a, what is it? Eating contest or what are they called?
Oh yeah. I feel like you can do that.
I was like, catch me the day. No, I was going to say I could probably do that after a show, but I'm like, no, because I'll get sick.
Yeah. I think we'd probably get sick now if you do it.
Maybe, yeah, because I'm not used to it because I'm like really
It depends on what it is. I feel like if it's like super greasy, like you love burgers.
Hot dogs.
Dude, I've been craving In-N-Out lately. I know we're kind of going off topic, but I want a burger.
I mean, I can have my cheat meal after this.
I don't want to drive to Springs, though. Wait, is there one in... No, there's not. There's nothing here. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. No.
Okay. Well, anyways, so to answer the question, how did you feel about her physique changing? You didn't feel any type of way up until it started to get a little unhealthy.
Yeah.
Which is normal. You care about
Be supportive, be adaptive, be like water. If you care about your partner, let them do whatever they want to do. The second it gets out of hand and you see them like, maybe... I saw you days have low energy and you're cranky all the time, but you're normally cranky. But the second I got like, if it was like to the point where like you were getting like sick, then I think I would
step in.
I would step in and be like, okay, dude, you're kind of going too far. And I honestly contact your mom. Your mom be like, oh, about your dad. He'll be like, Marisa, loco la cabeza.
Well, no, and you're right. Well, and that's the thing is like that's why I hired a coach, you know, because my coach has knowledge about this and she would also be able to know like, all right, like we need to either you can't do the show because to get you lean to where we need to go, it's not good for your body right now. So it's like, that's why like,
well, having someone you trust too. I mean, imagine just like someone who just wants their person to win so they can get some clout or whatever. Yeah. And you're fucked up for life.
Yeah, no.
Or for a while, you know, so
it's true.
She's a good coach.
No, I love her. But, all right, next question.
Oh God. How many questions do you have?
I had 10 and we're on our 7th one.
No, you're fine.
What was Marisa like on prep? Are you trying not to say something that's gonna get me mad?
No, I'm trying to think of an analogy because it's kind of like painting a picture with words. You know? Okay. We have a dog, Hachi, my son, my prince, my gynecologist.
Your gynecologist?
Yep.
I didn't know you needed one.
Well, find something out every day.
Do you guys need a gynecologist?
Well, considering my job and the fact that I have no insurance, I've been in the doctor since July 3rd, 1995.
And you were born July 3rd, 1995?
That's correct.
Okay, good.
Yep. Anyway, it's like, so our dog Hachi, you know, when we put him in the cage and he just like, before he gets in, he's like, "Rrr." He gets all mad, but he still goes in.
Yeah.
That was you. So
Give
like,
me more. Give me more.
So basically, you did what you had to do, but you weren't cool about it. Is what I'm trying to say.
You know,
it didn't affect your work. I think, well, actually, you were more emotional. Well, obviously, the lack of food, I mean, that's going to mess with anybody except me. But,
oh, okay.
But no, you were short-tempered. But you were very self-aware, I would say. You were very like, you know what? I get off work. I'm super hungry. You would tell me, I'm hangry. I have a short temper. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll talk to you later. Bye. You know,
and I'd be like, okay, bye.
Yeah. And then I would have your food ready when you came home.
Yes, you did.
So, yeah, no. Again, it's all about support, dude. You know what I mean? Supporting someone's mission, really. I mean, even if you don't... I told you, I don't understand this. I would tell you, I don't understand what you're doing. But that's fine. I don't have to understand it. But don't make me mad. Because you're mad, okay?
Yeah.
I would tell you, like,
I didn't
hey,
want to be like a jerk.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, come on. I get what you're doing, but don't be rude to me because you haven't eaten. You're doing this to yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
So, but again, it was for an overall goal. You know what I mean? So.
Well, and it's funny because even like a couple weeks ago, my sister would tell me how like 2 weeks before the show, well, and my dad too, they told me that I was like a really cranky person.
I know. I think your dad, I always tell you this and you don't believe me. Your dad literally told me one time, he was like,
what, he pulled you to the side?
Yeah. He was
when?
Like, yeah.
Where were we at? What was it, like a birthday party?
I don't know where we were. Yeah, I was thinking it was his house. And he said something along the lines of, while you were doing prep, he's like, yeah, you guys doing good? Because he knew just how you were. And I'm like, oh, we're great. He's like, all right, well, that's good. But he was trying to get trying to get the lowdown, because you're treating them all rudely. So
I was not.
Dude, there was a few times I'm like, dude, come on, they didn't deserve that. I'm like, why are you talking to them like that? You weren't being like super rude, but like
I think maybe it was like a little snappy.
Yeah, snappy. I'm like, you get off the phone. I'm like, dang, being mean. But I mean,
and then I would apologize.
You would apologize.
I remember there were times I'd call back and I'd say, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Being in prep is not an excuse, but I would apologize and
Like I said, it's not for the faint, not for the weak.
It is not for the weak. You really can.
And I'm so looking forward to this other prep you have coming up.
Are you really?
No. What?
Why?
I was talking about how it was horrible. I'm not looking forward to it.
Why?
Actually, it wasn't that bad. I don't really care.
See, personally, I don't feel like...
Because I can handle it. I'm not going to be so sensitive. I'm like, oh, she's kind of snappy. I'm not going to be like, you need to apologize. I'm like, I get it, right? So I'm like, she didn't mean that. I'll brush it off in my head. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need for you to apologize every time you're snappy because you're hungry. But if you're disrespectful, then...
Oh, we paused. We were like...
And I'm like, what the heck was that?
Or like this lady was passing by.
I know, that's like someone put something on her door. Our windows are open.
Well, I was more nervous I was like, what, are they going to knock on her door in the middle of this podcast?
Oh my gosh, our dogs.
Oh my gosh. Well, what I was going to say was, I feel like for me, I noticed that I was getting pretty snappy, or I noticed that like my personality was different was when we took carbs out. So like 3 or 4 weeks out of the show. And that's when I was like, yep. I was like, I am not in the best mood right now. And even at work, like the regulars would be like, yeah, you were really quiet. Like usually I'm very outgoing.
You have these guys who are like, you need to smile more, lady. And you're like, shut the fuck up.
in my head. Yeah. I'm like,
anything else? And normally you'd be like, yeah, I'm smiling now.
Well, no, they would just tell me, because I'm very outgoing just in general.
Yeah.
But then at work, I'm like just outgoing myself. And I remember...
And you're serving food.
And I'm serving food. Oh, I mean, I feel like I've been serving food my whole life.
I know, but I mean, well, when you're in prep though, like things you probably wouldn't normally crave.
I think it was more of my thing. There's one thing I love at Hooters. And
let me guess.
Okay, guess.
Beer cheese pretzels.
Yes, I freaking love those. Those were the only ones where when I would serve them, I'd be like,
I know, you bring it home, you're like, I got beer cheese pretzels. And I'm like, you couldn't have got wings?
You're like, you couldn't get like an actual meal?
I know. I'm like, God.
I bring back like fried bread. and cheese.
You can see my ribs.
I'm like, yay. Well, and what I was gonna say was like, that they just told me I was quiet. Yeah. And I feel like one reason why I was quiet was because I didn't want to snap on anybody. Do you feel like I was quiet at home?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's cool with me.
You're like, I'm like, games. Woo.
I know. Yeah. Like, ooh, cool.
I
have some time.
All right. We got 2 more questions. What advice do you have on how you can support your bodybuilding partners?
We kind of already said that.
Yeah.
Just, being supportive, adaptive. Don't be selfish, but at the same time,
very, very understanding.
Yes, exactly, understanding, but don't roll over either. Like, right? Don't be letting them speak to you like an asshole. Yeah, like
hold them accountable for their actions.
Yeah, like understand, like you said. I understand, like you haven't eaten in a while. You may be upset, but honestly, I don't deserve the way you just talked to me. Like honestly, but being communicative, right? Because eventually you hold that shit in until prep's over as a partner, you're going to explode eventually and be like, look, and that's just kind of...
Well, one thing that I noticed that you really helped me with on how like people can support their bodybuilding partners, and you still do this now, is you had my meals ready. Like you always made sure I had my fish. You always made sure I had my rice, my freaking asparagus. Tell me not.
Oh my God.
That freaking asparagus.
Well, when I first met you didn't like asparagus.
Mm-mm.
And then now your meal plan is like, I need 12 asparagus.
3 times a day.
Yeah, but it made cooking easy. Because before you were on prep, before you were doing meal plan, I was making some crazy shit.
Yeah, you were.
I was making different meals like 4 days a week, 5 days a week. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, cool, I just have to thaw this turkey and measure it 4 ounces out and measure out like a half cup of green beans. And it's kind of boring.
You literally don't add anything in.
Yeah.
Like you loved adding spinach and onions. And I'm like, babe,
spinach, onions,
you cannot do this.
Peppers.
I need strictly just the turkey.
Yeah, it made cooking boring. So thanks for taking that away from me. But
oh my God.
And now I was only cooking for one person, so I eat out a lot. So thank you for me being obese.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my fault.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Right. Last question. Do you like that Marisa is going to continue bodybuilding?
No.
That was quick.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I got sad. I was like,
I'm just kidding. No, I don't care, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that I don't care, but like, dude, this is your life. Who am I to say if I like it or not? Like, I mean, that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I mean, why would I?
Do you like it then? Or do you like it or not like it, or you just don't care?
It's not that I don't care, but it's your life. If you decide tomorrow to tell me, hey, look, like, I'm going to take a break for a year, you know what I mean? I'll be like, cool. Or, hey, I'm going to do another show in August. Cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not my job to dictate what you do in your life. You know what I mean? If that's what you like to do, then do it. We're going to be cool regardless. So,
yeah.
If tomorrow you're like, you know what? I'm going to be a rollerblader. Okay, wear knee pads. Remember when you busted your ass in the parking lot with rollerblades?
That was not. Where were you?
I was at work probably.
The freaking maintenance man helped me.
Yeah, he saw you bust your ass, and he's like, he grabbed you by the ass cheek, and he's like, yeah, I got it. You're good.
No, he did not. Oh my God.
He picked you up in your little booty shorts.
I don't think. Oh.
You were wearing some little short shorts. That's okay. But no, that was hilarious. You called me, and you're like, No, I came home.
I have not rolling those rollerblades
You
since.
had the biggest bruise on your like
for a while
on your ass or your like leg or something. It was
yeah.
crazy.
Oh my God.
That was so funny. But yeah, that has nothing to do with me. I mean, if you like to do it, then let's say I was against what you like to do, right?
Yeah.
You'd be so miserable. There'd be resentment building up towards me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that doesn't serve me whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
And that's just where I'll leave it. Honestly, just be good to your partner, and we don't have any children, And,
yes, we do.
Oh my God.
2 fur babies. They're very hairy.
Bella is like 49.
She's not 49. I know. I don't know if the listeners can hear them crying because we have them out of the room.
Watch as me a pile of dog shit to the ceiling.
They're like, fuck you guys.
I know.
They leave us a little present.
A little tear shit. What was I saying?
That you said you wanted to leave it at that you wouldn't care.
Oh yeah.
You're still gonna like love me either way, or
yeah. So I mean, yeah, just, since we don't have children, you know, one of the things I've heard, you know, throughout my life is when you do have children, just always be supportive, never negative, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you don't understand it, just be supportive.
Yeah.
Because eventually they don't want to tell you things. Maybe they don't want to tell you about their dreams and aspirations because maybe they think you'll shit on them.
Yeah.
You know? Oh my God, is that her crying?
I think that's Hachi crying. Jesus. We're almost done, everybody.
He's blind. He doesn't know. He's probably looking the other way crying.
We're almost done.
But the whole point is that translate to how you treat people, right?
Yeah.
Never, even if you don't understand it, just don't be negative and just support, right?
See, this is why I love anime. Okay.
So what does this have to do with anything?
It does. Let me tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm watching One Piece. This is a show that has over 1,000 episodes. It has, you know, the first episode was released in like 1980 or 90 or something. And in the first like arcs, the main character Luffy says, "I will never stand in the way of someone's dream. I will support them. You know, I will be there for them. But there's one thing that I will never do, and I will never stand how do I say it? I will never stand in someone's dream, or
in between someone's dream.
In between someone's dream.
So you're saying I'm Luffy?
Well, it's more of an analogy.
And you're like,
I want to be Luffy.
No, you. What character would you be in One Piece? That little dog.
That's not a dog. It's Chopper. He's a reindeer.
Okay.
But
I have another question after that. Go ahead.
No, that was it. What's your question?
No,
I don't have any more questions, so we
I mean,
can finish wrapping up.
What character would you be in One Piece?
I
bet Luffy.
Is that the impersonation of me?
Yeah, I like that. Good dreams.
I mean, I've never thought about that. I have a favorite character and my favorite.
Fine. Next. Fine. This kind of relates to that.
Let me answer my question, please. You interrupted me.
I apologize.
Thank you. I would say my favorite character is Luffy.
Okay, I knew that. How many crushes do you have in that show? That dude with 2 swords, you got a crush on him in live action.
Oh yeah, Zoro. Oh,
Santonio.
That's the only reason why I watched the live action. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I think you have a crush more on the drawing than you do that.
That's drawing.
That's a drawing.
No, but did you want to add anything else to any of the questions?
No, I don't. Thank you for having me. I look forward to listening to this a million times, editing it. Mm-hmm. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's it. Just be supportive to your people, even if you don't understand it, and be confident and secure. Yeah, I like be that. Like water.
This was so much fun, and I think we should do a part 2 with my coach and her husband.
Do I have to be there?
I mean, maybe, but you know, I think that.
No, they're cool, but I mean, do I have to talk?
No, this is something cool. Like later on down the line.
Oh, okay.
But all right, that'll finish up the questions. So, Danny, as you know, we always end our show with 3 things you're grateful for. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
This is like when we go out to eat. Like you're like, you ready? I'm like, yeah, and you're like, all right, you go first.
I'm like, you go first. Okay, so 3 things I'm grateful for. Well, sounds cheesy, but I am grateful for you like coming on to the show and like being vulnerable and being honest. Even though, you know, we're probably going to go, we're going to go fight later. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to fight later. No, but I am grateful that, you know, you made the time and you took it serious and you were vulnerable and really answered the questions honestly. Number 2, I am grateful for waking up. Like there's so many people and not even just myself waking up, but that like my family, you know, everybody, like the dogs, like we all woke up and like, it wasn't like we woke up to a call that's like so-and-so's in the hospital, or we woke up and like one of the dogs like isn't waking up or something, you know, like I'm grateful that everyone has their health. And I always say that, but I really am. And then number 3, I'm grateful that we might go have this cheat meal after this. I'm excited for that. What about you?
I'm grateful for menthol Enjoy pods. Definitely got to get the nicotine in, you know, improves focus. Grateful for you. You're pretty cool. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I mean, grateful for you and grateful that we don't really have to hunt for the next meal. You know, we know that we'll be fine. And I'm grateful for that my family's alive. I lost my grandpa recently, but he went to go be with the Lord. So I'm just happy that everyone's good. So no, that's it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being here and being vulnerable, like I said, and answering these questions. And of course, thank you to all the listeners for supporting, rating, reviewing, and following this podcast. I hope you all enjoyed this podcast. I know it's one of our longer ones, so I'm really excited for everyone to hear it. I hope you all have a beautiful and amazing week, and we will chat again next Monday. Bye. You gotta say bye.
Peace.
Like I do. You gotta say bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. This podcast was inspired from my obsession with anime and bodybuilding, so I wanted to create and find a community of like-minded individuals. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review and a 5-star rating. Higher ratings and positive reviews can lead to increased visibility, making it easier for new listeners to discover this podcast. You can also follow the socials in the podcast description notes and DM me, email me with any questions, episode topics, or feedback.